Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's time for another story time. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about our son Robbie. A little bit about, how he came up with the name, why he's called that, and also just what it was like that day that he was born, because it's coming up to his 4th birthday now. He's going to be 4 on the 27th of June, so it's insane. He starts school in September. It's all gone very, very quickly. It all starts on mine and Lance's 3rd date, where we went on this bike ride on the Camel Trail in, it's like a place in Cornwall where you can ride like to Tavistock, and it's cute. You can rent bikes at one side and then you go along. It takes about an hour if you're going at a leisurely pace, and then you get there and you have lunch and then cycle back. It's just like a nice day out. Anyway, I broke all of the dating rules and was just like, okay, so do you see yourself getting married and do you want kids? Like right off the bat, I was like, we're asking this question because I don't want to be wasting no time. The answer was yes, wanted to get married, wanted to have kids. Obviously he was fighting for marriage equality, so I don't know if he thought that marriage was going to be for him, but definitely something that was in the pipeline possibly. I ended up going on this bike ride with Lance, and that was where we started talking about kids, and we came up with a name for a girl and a name for a boy. And the name for the boy was Robbie Ray Black Daley, which Robbie Ray Black Daley is now here with us. And the reason we came up with that name, there's for a few reasons. Ray is like a family middle name in Lance's family. And then I used to call my dad Robbie Ray before he passed away, and because my dad passed away, I wanted to name it our first son after him. So he's actually Robert on his birth certificate, but he is we also used to call my dad Robbie Ray for a number of reasons, mainly because he used to dress up and sing as Elvis when he was younger. I say when he was younger, well, when he was still alive, at the Caravan essentially. We used to get there was a karaoke thing that would happen at the clubhouse every weekend, and he would go and perform. Me and my brothers used to call him Robbie Ray because, in Hannah Montana, there's Billy Ray Cyrus, his character was called Robbie Ray. So we used to take the mick out of my dad and call him Robbie Ray. But then I was like, actually that's a really cute kid's name. So Robbie Ray was my idea for a boy's name, and it stuck. And now Robbie Ray is here, which is super exciting. But I'll take you to that day where he was actually born. Funnily enough, I was in the back garden having my hair cut, and completely oblivious to everything that was going on. I wasn't even, it was one of those things that it was already past the due date, and it was we were expecting it to be induced in a couple of days time past this. So we were like, okay, we're just gonna see how it goes and take it day by day, step by step, and just wait for the phone call. And then we got the phone call and we had to get to the hospital, and it was the middle of rush hour, and it was all happening so quickly. We had the go bag by the door, and it was go, go, go. We had to get there. We were in the car and we were on our way. Lance had an important work phone call that he was on, in the car on the way there, and I think that was one thing that was was stopping us from thinking too much about the fact that we were running late. And then when we got to the hospital, it was just we were so nervous and so I don't even know how to explain it. We had no idea what was coming. I guess anxiety is probably the best way to think about it. We were there and we were oh my gosh, we're gonna the next time we leave this hospital, we're gonna have a baby. And it was for any parent that going into that situation, you're what on earth is about to happen? And it's so overwhelming, but yet it's so exciting at the same time. This photo of me is me being I don't know what's gonna happen, where are we going? From the time that this photo was taken, Robbie was born an hour after that, and that was the interesting thing was we had just got there at that point, and we were okay, maybe okay, it's gonna be a long night, let me go get a coffee, or we're gonna go get some food and come right back, and try and thinking it was gonna be a long night, and it really wasn't. And Lance was sat there terrified as well, didn't know what to do. We were sitting there oh my gosh, it's gonna happen anytime soon, it's gonna be here. And then it was this magical moment where we got to meet Robbie for the first time. I got to do first skin to skin contact and was able to be there with him, and that feeling of just having him with us, and it felt like it unlocked a whole different section of my heart that I never knew even existed. It broke it right open. It was just incredible, and it was a long night, because it was, the checkouts and the tests, and the first bath, the first feed, all of those things that you have to do, and you learn so much in those first 24 hours. It's kind of insane. But we were just so excited to be there and be, Lance passed out at a certain point as well, and we were like taking it in turns because we didn't want to both sleep at the same time because we were so worried about what might happen. So we were like, you know, classic first parents where you're like, oh my gosh, we just want to make sure that Robbie's okay and we're doing everything that we can and all of that stuff. And there was a particular moment after that, in that, where I was like so terrified but so excited all at the same time. And we got into the car, I remember this so vividly, and we got Robbie in his car seat, and we had like our bags put in the car, and so me and Lance got into the car, front of the seat, and I actually sat in the back because I was too terrified to even think that I would be sitting in the front seat and not be able to keep my eyes on him the whole time. And there was this moment where the doors, we shut the doors and we were in the car and it was just me, Lance and Robbie, and we were like, what now? Like this is it, this is real, like what's going to happen? Like we had no idea what was ahead of us, and ever since it's been this whole amazing magical journey. Those 24 hours between heading to the airport and Robbie being born and being in the car and on the way home, it was like this really special time. And yeah, I feel like it's a moment to share. So that was a little mini story time, and I hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, I think I'll have some more story times to come. But again, if you do have any more story times that you'd like me to share, hit me up in the description, not the description below, in the comments below. But anyway, in the meantime, I'll see you all later. Thank you. Bye.